Hello everyone, my name is Aniruddha Kulkarni. I am Anna Saheb Dange College of Engineering Technology student, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today I am going to present the topic name is Section 67 and it case studies in India. So first we can see the what is Section 67. Actually in this Section 67, which terms and conditions are included that we can first see. So punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene material in electronic form. Where when person publishing or transmitting a material which is the other person in electronic form, that when punishing that person, that act is section 67. Where a person is a criminal in this section, although 67 was introduced in the original form of the Act. Its purpose was revealed in the amendment that was brought forth in 2008. The letter of the law as purported under Section 67 of the Act as follows. So this is the Act. Whoever publishes or transmits or causes to be published or transmitted in the electronic form any material which is a lascivious or appeals to the prurient interest, or if its effect is such as to tend to deprave and corrupt persons who are likely, having regard to all relevant circumstances, to read, see, or hear the matter contained or embodied in it, shall be punished on first conviction with the imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to the 3 years and with the fine which may extend to 5 lakh rupees. And in the event of second or subsequent conviction with the imprisonment of the either description for term which may extend to 5 years and also with the fine which may be extend to the 10 lakh rupees. So here is some undefined terms of the section 67 where published and transmitted whose meaning remains open the interruption, making it difficult to ascertain as to what constitutes a crime under this provision. For instance, whether a prosecution under this section can survive if obscene images are sent by A to B and to no other person. The ordinary meaning of send is to deposit in mail or deliver for transmission, which is distinct from transmission or publication. Thus, they may not attract liability under section 67. However, section 66E of the Act defines transmission as an electronically sent a visual image of the intent that it be viewed by person or person, which is inclusive of the aforesaid situation. Hence, the culpability of a remains imprecise. So, this is the criminalizing content consent. Section 67 does not take into account of aspect of a consent. For example, if an obscene video is shot with the consent and published without consent, it is the latter which is penalized. Okay. So this is the object and purpose of section 67. What is the purpose of section 67? Understandably, due to such vaguenesses, there is a discord between section 67 reported object and its implementation. For example, several cases filled under the provision ostensibly use it to censor politically content online by merely calling it obscene. Instances include the arrest of a journalist reporting alleged police atrocities for defamatory uses of expletives in a social media messages to refer to senior police officer, or arrest for citizen politicians. Neither of these instances by any stretch of the imagination can be deemed to be obscene. So this is the relevant case of Section 67, this case of posting obscene, defamatory and annoying message of a divorcee woman. This divorcee woman in the Yahoo message group, emails were forwarded to the victim for information by the accused through the false email account opened by him in the name of the victim. This posting resulted in annoying phone calls to the lady. Based on the lady complaint, the police named the accused. Investigation revealed that he was a known family friend of the victim and was interested in marrying her. She was married to another person, but that marriage ended in divorce and the accused started connecting her once again. Won her reluctance to marry him, he started harassing her through the internet. So, what is the verdict of this case? The accused was found guilty and offences under the Section 469, 509 IPC and Section 67 of IT Act 2000. He is the convicted and sentenced for offence as follows. So, under this 469 IPC, undergo rigorous imprisonment for 2 years and to pay fine of rupees 500 rupees. And under the section 509 IPC, undergo 1 year simple imprisonment and the fine is 500 rupees. In the section 67 IT Act 2000, he has undergo to jail of 2 years and the fine also 4,000 rupees. So these are all of the verdicts of section 67 to that woman accused paid by the amount and he was lodged at Central Prison, Chennai. This is considered the first case convicted under Section 67 of Information Technology Act 2000 in India. So, overall conclusion of this act is that Section 67 conflicts considerably with the Constitution, inter alia by failing to protect victims of privacy breaches. Using insect terminologies being founded on imprecise standards and intruding on individual privacy. The overall impact of its shortcoming is glaringly visible in its inappropriate implementation. So that's all from my side. Thank you for listening me. Thank you very much.